Right, this is Funeral in the Dark by Graham Macfarlane. Every night the bombs drop. Every morning there are more bodies, more broken stone where mosques and markets once stood. And every evening, as soon as the sun sets, funeral processions set out to the overflowing burial grounds of the city. It is too dangerous to hold the services in daylight. The planes flying overhead would see the mourners crawling along below, slow as a sleepy grass snake, and then, boom! Let the dead bury the dead. The mother of the dead boy puts on her headscarf, hands clumsy with grief. Her other children cling to her and weep. They're begging to be allowed to come, to follow their brother to his final home, but it's too dangerous, she tells them. She will not lose them too. They are left at home in the care of a grown-up cousin with the haunted face of a woman who knows what it is to lose sons. The little ones shriek and screw their faces up, squeezing out tears. The power has gone again, and there are no DVDs or DSs with which to soothe them. At last, the cousin manages to calm their sobs by telling them the story of the Lion King, their big brother's favorite. He was always mad for jungle cats, wanted to go to vet school when he was older. When she finishes her tale, it is perhaps 10 in the evening. The cortege must be near the graveyard by now, God willing. Why have you stopped, her little cousin-nephews and cousin-nieces demand? Tell it again. Miles away now, the mourners are shuffling the last and most dangerous leg of the journey along the black, potholed street towards a central cemetery. I'm the eldest, so I can't be kept at home with the other children. I follow the morning train, trailing last of all, feeling strangely remote and lightheaded. I haven't been to this part of the city before. Our family is usually interred in the burial grounds of the Western Quarter, but that filled up a month ago. Besides, they've taken to bombing the cemeteries at night anyway, on the off chance. They know we must bury our dead quickly in this climate. We cannot leave them to stink and rot in pieces on the street. Better dismembered than dishonored. There is much to think of when your city is under siege. Ours is a market city, a trading city, a crossroads where the corners of the compass meet and spin, north and south, east and west together, where silks and spices become Pentium chips and cell phone chargers through the magic of monetary exchange. I want something you have, so I give you something I have. The oldest, the best bargain there is. That's how we've done it here for millennia. In every quarter, every language, every currency there is. But now they want something we have, and they are trying to take, not bargain for it. For our precious city, they should offer us gold and jewels, rubies the size of hen's eggs and pearls beyond price, all the treasures of the Arabian Nights and more. Instead First they take our trade and our freedom of movement, surrounding us and forcing us to choose the road, raise the gates, fortify the walls. No matter. Ours is a rich city, a wise city, a city of full cellars and stockpiled grain. Moreover, it is an old city which has been besieged before. A city does not survive to be as old as ours without repelling a few invaders. The mother of the dead boy has been silent all the way. His father has uttered nothing but broken prayers. 6 months ago, this man was 45 with a straight bearing, a beard black as olives, and a good electrical wholesale business employing many nephews and uncles and cousins, as well as the boy in the box. Now he is bent-backed, hollow-cheeked. His beard is striped with white as though someone has dragged a paintbrush through it. His hands shake and he looks 60 if he's a day. This too shall pass, he's muttering, or something like that. Sounds are strange at night. You can hear a dog howling half a mile away, but you can't make out a whisper in the dark. They knocked out the electricity 4 months ago with heavy strafing of the generators and power plants both without and within the walls. It's on for perhaps 2 hours a day now, on a good day. But the spirit of the city was still unbroken. The people turned and shrugged at one another. Yes, the aircon no longer works. The TV has gone off. The internet is down. But it isn't so long ago our ancestors worked by the light of oil lamps, and we can do the same. Maybe now the children will break their addiction to the Cartoon Network. Maybe we can make it a game for them. Like camping in the desert with storm lamps and sleeping bags and gallon jugs of water. The water is the next thing they take. One day the toilets all stop flushing. The next day this sweet scented city is on the turn. Its perfume of cinnamon and blossoming trees sicklies into a miasma of overripe figs, fermenting garbage baked in the merciless sun, dried piss on hot stone and worse. The nightly fires caused by the bombs can no longer be doused with water, because there is none. Neighbours and shopkeepers gather to throw dust and earth on spitting blazes. Every home now has a room which is just for supplies. Tin food, water, batteries, bandages. This is always the room with the strongest door, and it is never left unattended. The Imperial Zoo is bombed, and rumours spread that pumas are prowling the streets, hungry and angry. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. The city supply rooms are guarded ever more vigilantly. The boys are given guns. The ground at the graveyard is dry as a parched mouth. The grave diggers have been at their work since the sun touched the horizon, risking themselves to creep out with mattocks and spades. But still the holes they have scraped in the hard, dusty earth are sorry and shallow. There are 3 funerals tonight, all young men. This is the last. After this, the gravediggers will go home, their pockets heavy with cash and their knapsacks bulging with bottled water as a sign of gratitude from the family. The grave isn't deep, but it's the deepest they could dig. The box just fits in it without having to be weighed down with rocks, thank heaven. Mother and father watch silently as the dust spatters over the coffin, wondering how, why, what? To run out into the street like that, heedlessly. To leave the supply room unguarded, to drop the gun on the rug by the door like a broken stick. What could have made their beloved eldest boy, a good boy, an obedient boy, abandon his post? I will tell you. It was a lion. Even though it's a symbol of our city, I'd never seen a lion up close before. Standing in the moonlight, paused, gazing at the noise of bombs in the sky. So beautiful. Fur like yellow silk. Eyes tourmaline as it whipped its head towards me, as I ran out shouting to shoo it away. No, bomb, I cried. Go run, they'll kill you. They'll kill you, go! It stared for a moment, and then loped into a powerful run, shaking the hard-packed earth of the street. I stood there, looking after it with my heart on fire. And then the bomb dropped, and I was gone. I hope it still prowls the streets. Lions aren't carrion feeders, but desperate times may drive it to tear up fresh graves. I hope it finds me. I hope it eats my heart.